Hello and welcome to a new video from the Embracer Games archive. In the archive today we are 5 people working full-time. We have different skills and different roles, and I want you to get to know us and know more about the work that we are doing here. So in the previous video you got to meet Jukka, who is our technical engineer, and today you will meet Thomas, who is our acquisition manager, who handles all the purchases and donations to the archive. So with no further ado, let's talk more with Thomas. So hello Thomas.
Hello there, David.
How is it?
It's fine.
You're playing some Sega Saturn, I can see.
I'm just booting up the game.
Yes. But Sega is one of your favorite.
Yeah, Sega is. I'm a Sega guy. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Nice. But nice to meet you, Thomas. You are our acquisition manager. But before we talk about your work and your role, let us know a little bit more about you. Who are you? What's your background?
I'm born in '79. My main console was the NES back in the days, but I'm also an Amiga and Saturn lover, I would say.
Yeah.
So I've been playing all my life and also collecting all my life. But today I'm not collecting that much for myself. I'm collecting for the archive instead.
Yeah. So you have a passion for video games, basically.
You could say that, yes, yeah. Absolutely.
And I remember the first time I heard about you was when I was listening to the radio back in the early 2000s. You were with a Swedish radio station and broadcasted video game music here in Sweden.
Exactly. I had a show on the national radio in Sweden, P3, the biggest radio station in Sweden, and the show was called Syntax Error and was about game music in the early 2000s, which was quite unique, I think.
Yeah, right. And you've also written some books?
That's correct. I've been written books about Sega, Nintendo, and the Swedish video game industry. Yeah. Together with our colleague Martin Lindell at Embracer, actually.
But how did it lead to that you got in contact with Embracer and started buying games for Lars Wingefors, Embracer Group's CEO? I
think it was in 2011 or 12. I sold my NES collection to Lars. Lars was then running Nordic Games, maybe, and Embracer wasn't born. And we kept in contact. And around 2018, he wanted to gather a bigger collection, which was like the seed to the game archive. So I've been working on this project roughly 6 years, maybe, and the games archive is around 3 years, I believe. So I'll be buying a lot of games in those years, as you see, David.
Yeah. So basically, you've been on board on this archive project from the beginning, basically. Yeah. From the early days, and you were the first to get employed at the archive. Exactly. Before I came into the picture. So you did welcome me very good when I started this job. But how do you feel about the job? It's your job, I would say, or rather all of our jobs. It's kind of unreal to get to work with our big passion, and
I mean they're quite unique, especially since we are a company and not a foundation. Then we got to work in a kind of a different way also.
All the games that we have here in the archive, most of it, or basically almost everyone, is like a purchase that you have made.
Yeah, I think about 95 or 99%. So it's a weird job, absolutely.
Yeah. So your job consists of contacting collectors and people around the world who is willing to get rid or want to sell their collections.
Yeah, basically. A lot of collectors think their collection is taking over their life and it's worth too much money in the end. So. And maybe wants to buy a new car or a house. And in the beginning, I chased people, but nowadays they mostly come to me instead. Yeah. So it's getting easier. But I also have great contacts, and it's all to the amazing contacts that we're standing here. Otherwise, it would be impossible.
And it's also like a contact network that you have built up for several years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting good.
And some of them, I mean, I've talked to them for several years, and they might say, I will never sell, and then it comes to an end. They want to do something else, and suddenly you get that text message, I'm ready to sell.
Yeah, but you handle all of our acquisitions. Is there some special acquisition that you're like, this is like your personal favorite, or?
We have a lot of them, but we have an amazing Commodore 64 collection and an amazing Amiga collection, which are, it's
We can take a quick look here at, I think...
I wouldn't say they are complete, which is kind of impossible to these formats, but...
I think this is one of the aisles with...
They are somewhere between 50 to 90% complete, which is amazing to the Commodore and the Amiga.
We can also mention that you work by remote. You isn't here in the archive.
Exactly.
Maybe like 3-4 times a year that you visit us, and we are always
That's
happy.
Correct. You get this on camera, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's an amazing sight to see.
Yeah.
But it must be also nice for you when you have bought an acquisition or handle it and to see it.
Finally, in the shelves in the archive, it's amazing, and this is super unreal.
Yeah, because
you're an Amiga lover.
Yeah, you're an Amiga lover.
Yeah,
it's a nice angle right here.
I mean, it's not every game and it's not every good game, but this is just half of the collection.
Yeah, we have two
we
aisles.
have another aisle also, which is extremely crazy. And you can just pick out any game you want. Zack McCracken, Heimdall 2, German version of Wo in aller Welt ist Carmen San Diego. So we also love variants and versions of games, which is another step, which also is impossible to fulfill, but very nice in the future for researchers.
Yeah. And it's also good you have you've been in the collecting scene basically all your life. So you get to have a wide knowledge of
absolutely
all the computers, all the consoles and so on.
I think it started with me never selling my games to the NES when I was a kid, because I felt that the prices were too low in the magazines and the companies that bought them. One company was Lars Wingefors Games, and I thought the prices was too low, so I would keep them and keep on going with the Nintendo 64. And after that, I started to trading, buying my friends' NES and Mega Drive, and just kept the ball rolling. So, and ending up buying huge collection is that I could never afford. It's amazing. It's really fun.
You mentioned you like Sega. We have a very nice collection over here. We could take a quick look at.
I think about the
maybe
Mega
we can
Drive.
let the shelves move by themselves. But we can also look. You mentioned that you have sold your Nintendo collection, but this is your old Sega Mega Drive collection as well.
It's incomplete, which is sad. But it was hard in the end, and this is one of the first collections I sold to the archive and to Lars pre-archive, I think it was. So it was really a fun format to collect for. But there are some super expensive titles like the Superman title, which is impossible. The Celtics basketball game, which is known in just a couple of copies. Yeah. And it's maybe 80-90% complete, I think. Yeah.
But in general, we have a lot of good coverage for the Sega.
Yeah, we have almost every Sega game from Japan, which is amazing.
Here we have the Dreamcast. And I think behind me we have the SK1000, for example.
We're missing the Master System Mark III.
Yeah.
We have some, but not a complete collection. But otherwise, we have all Mega Drive, Mega CD, 32X, Saturn, Dreamcast, and also the
But if a collector reach out to you by email or something like that, how does the process look after that, so to say?
Yeah, it's different every time, but normally I want a list and pictures of the things, of course, and then a price that he wants or she wants, and then we can negotiate. Yeah. The hard thing is to evaluate things. It's of course sites online, but it all depends on the condition and where it is in the world. If you have to pay tax to get it to Europe, etc. So some people are super friendly, nice, no problem at all. Just ship it. We also get the donations, of course. It's not a big part, but others feel like I don't know, Embracer has so much money, so they should pay an overprice, which we absolutely don't do. So it's a different situation every time, but most collectors it's just fun.
Yeah.
And today, sadly, many of them just, of course, gets the answer. We have that already.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're also nearing a good situation for us as we are registering all the games into our database, and soon most of it will be in our database. So it will also be easier for you to see.
We actually passed 50,000 items in the database, and we have a lot more to come. So it would be interesting what the actual number is. We don't really know.
Well.
We have a figure, but I will keep that to myself.
Yeah. But to end the video, we have a special guest here in the house today.
Yeah, that's true.
Lars Häusler, who is a big source in Japan, actually.
Exactly.
So I thought we could cut here and jump to Lars and talk to him.
Absolutely.
Yes. So here we have Lars. Welcome to the Embracer Games archive.
Thank you for having me here in Karlstad, Sweden.
Nice. So you are living in Japan, Lars?
Yes, I'm living between Kobe and Osaka, having my office in Osaka, and emigrated to Japan 15 years ago.
Wow.
And what do you do in Japan?
I am in music industry, so I'm manufacturing saxophones and accessories, doing a lot of import-export to Europe and worldwide.
But you have another love also.
Yes, so I'm a Neo Geo collector and I'm a gamer. Yes, and I met Thomas like 3-4 years ago through a collection they were looking to get.
Yeah.
And ever since I was able to help you guys with a couple of collections.
Yeah, very thankful for that.
Yeah, but it's amazing having you, Lars, in Japan.
Yeah, thank you.
You know a lot of people, know the scene very good, and can help
right.
us find the games.
Yeah.
So, and you're a Neo Geo collector and lover. Any special love for any game?
I mean, almost all of them, right? But I mean, big tournament.
That's
golf,
impossible.
That's I mean, that's
Please
that's
pick
an
it up. Pick it up.
absolute
Show it, yeah,
must. Yeah.
It's a very good golf
maybe
game.
that's one of
Known
them.
as Neo Turf Masters.
Yeah.
Yes.
In
Europe and USA.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. And the archive was kind enough to put them in my cases.
Yeah. A good acrylic cases.
Yeah.
And also a thing that you might learn is that some games were released in paper box and also plastic box.
Yeah, that's correct.
I think we have got both of the variants.
And the rental only
Some
in the
versions,
beginning.
right?
Yeah, rental as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah, what you have. So you have the Neo Geo logo here, and it's like basically the same game without that logo there. So it's like different versions.
So you're really good at Neo Geo. So when we got some questions,
Yes, please.
it's
always.
good to have you.
Reach out to me if I can help something.
Yeah.
Happy to be
Hope
here,
to
guys.
see you in future.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Nice. Thanks for the video, and thanks for Lars for being here, and also Thomas for being here. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write them down below, and me or Thomas will answer them as soon as we can.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect. Take care. Bye-bye.